Worship theme for January is finding our center. And this is the last Sunday in January, so pay attention. We are our own worst enemy. You've heard this before, and perhaps you've even joked about it. But this is one time when humor does really not fit the situation. Catherine Wentz says it this way: your greatest enemy in the world is you. We treat this astounding sentiment like a joke, but it's not a joke, it's true. She continues, I'm talking about that mean voice we all have in our head. You know, the second-guessing, backseat driving, condescending voice that follows you around and questions your every move. Yeah, that one. How many of you have a voice in your head? Is there a conversation going on even right now in your head? I mean, maybe it's going along the lines of this. I can't understand why she continues to see him. I mean, it's obvious he's a loser and he only wants her money. Oh, well, everyone makes their own choices, but she just seems to live a string of bad decisions. Does she even have any other friends? Or if that voice perhaps is saying, oh man, I got to remember to stop and get gas on the way home. Or maybe it was the grocery store. It seems like I ran out of something last night. Was it parsley? No, cilantro. I think I need cilantro. There's no way I'm going to remember that. I wonder if anyone will notice I pull out my phone and make a note to myself. How many of you have a mean voice in your head? Ever hear a voice like this? Why the heck do I have a gym membership? I never go. I'm wasting my money. I'm a lazy slob. I want to return to the gym regularly, but I'm so out of control that I just can't seem to fit it in. I'm fat. I'm lazy. I'm wasting my money. My home exercise machine is a drying rack. Or a voice that says something like this: you are such an idiot for always forgetting your brother's birthday. When was the last time you even called anyone in your family? Have I reached out to anyone? Why is that? Why am I not reaching out to somebody? I'm totally out of control. I'm totally absorbed in my own affairs. From a great book on this subject, The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself, Michael Singer writes this. The author writes, in case you haven't noticed, you have a mental dialogue going on inside your head that never stops. It just keeps going and going. Have you ever wondered why it's even talking? How does it decide what to say and when to say it? How much of what it says turns out to be true? How much of it says what it says is even important? And if you're hearing right now, if this is what you're hearing, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't have a voice inside my head. That's the voice. But we can't seem to let the story end. No matter what we do, we assume we could always be better. We could always do better. We've probably screwed something up along the way. The stories we tell ourselves never end. When you are swayed by your inner voice, you are living in your head. And you know where you are when you're living in your head? You're behind enemy lines. What does an inner voice, that chatter in your head, what does that have to do with religion? Well, my answer is this fellowship's mission, which says, as an open faith community, we manifest our guiding principles and transform ourselves and our world through the power of love. How can we transform ourselves through the power of love if you don't love and accept yourself? How can you manifest our principles if you don't believe that you have inherent worth and dignity? Do you really appreciate how amazing it is that you're even here? What are the odds that you were even born, much less live to be the age you are? Well, some people, nerdy as they are, some people have tried to calculate the odds of being here. The odds of being, the mathematicians start with the odds of evolution over a few million years, producing a species that walks upright and lives in communities. You also have to factor in your ancestors, that they survived famine, natural disasters, war, disease, and the odds keep getting higher and higher. Then you got to factor in the probability of one sperm and one egg getting together in just the right situation. Then you got to factor in your surviving childhood, natural disasters, war, disease, and accidents, and the odds go up exponentially. By some estimates, the odds of you even being here are 1 in 4 trillion. By other folks' estimates, the odds are 0. Statistically, you should not be here. But if you believe, as I do, that we are miracles by just being alive, if you believe that, why are you so hard on yourself? You have every right to be in awe of who you are. You may not think of yourself as perfect, but you are a divine miracle. And maybe that is being perfect. The problem with a mean inner voice is that it clouds your thoughts. It inhibits to see how wonderful you really are. It keeps you from being centered, and it keeps you distracted from life and from helping others. One way to free yourself from the incessant chatter in your head is to step back and view it objectively. Just view the voice as someone else talking in the room, talking to you. You don't need to give it respect. It's just chatter. You don't think about it, just notice the voice is talking. No matter what the voice is saying, it's always the same. It doesn't matter if it's saying nice things or mean things, worldly things or spiritual things. It doesn't matter because it's only a voice talking inside your head. But you don't need to surrender control to it. In fact, the only way to get your distance from the voice is to stop thinking that it's saying anything of value. No one really knows who said this, but it's a great saying. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. The idea is this: you don't let your mind push you around. Treat it like your minion. Put it to work. Solve your math problems. Plan an itinerary. Read a complex book. Take a university class. Work on a puzzle. Do whatever it is you do for a living. Then go home and give it a rest. Stop feeling that your inner voice has any validity. It's not coming from your center. If you hear it talk, it's not you. You're the one who hears the voice. You're the one who notices it's talking. Your inner voice does not offer advice. It only stirs up the mud and makes the water cloudy. And just like in our story for all ages today, let the lake water be still, and the mud will settle and clarity will come. Are you going to listen to what your inner voice says, or what the center of your soul says? The quality of our life is determined by the focus of our attention. So give your attention to your center, not the chatter. Amen. and blessed be.